Hey, Ahi here. So I'm sitting in this Myers Briggs course where they go all into your personality, who you are, all things about you, and I'm eating all this stuff up. And this guy says this statement that changed my life. Right? It changed everything about me, the way I understood myself, changed how I communicated with my wife. I was able to share it with her. It changed how she saw me. And what it was this: we're all gathered around the table, and everybody was broken up into introverts, extroverts, and these other different Myers Briggs personality types. Won't bore you with all of them. We're sitting there and we're there playing these little games, and we were talking back and forth between the introvert class and the extrovert class. And by the way, introverts are people that recharge alone. They just got to be alone, recharge, and they're ready to engage again. Extroverts are people that are, when they're out, they need to be around people to recharge. So we're going back and forth. And these two, an introvert and an extrovert, they'd set you up with certain questions, like, what would you do to introduce yourself, right? And which is the better way? And they're going back and forth. And the one guy's talking to the extrovert is talking. The introvert's listen. Finally, the extrovert's like, are you going to say something? Or are you going to sit there? You're going to say something? And the introvert said this and just came to him in the moment, but it changed everything. And something we use all the time to help people. He says this. Relax, I'm still whiteboarding, right? I'm whiteboarding. I'm like, whiteboarding. And like a light clicked on in my head. I'm like, that's exactly that's me, right? When I'm talking, when I'm engaging in my mind, I'm not saying it, but up here, I've got a whiteboard out and I'm writing down thoughts. I'm that doesn't sound right. Don't like that. I'm putting right downs here and I'm writing all these things out in my whiteboard space. And if I get bombarded with too much information, dialogue, I'm like, chill. I'm trying to write, right? I'm trying to write down. So I was able to realize this about me. And when I began to talk to my wife about it, her eyes like lit up. She's like, that's it. She's like, can I ask you a question? And she's like, literally, I've cut it down from 10. And you're just sitting there. And she said, I'm thinking like, is he still listening? Is he sleeping? Is he daydreaming? What's going on? And then 10 seconds later, I'll come up with this response, right? I tell her what I was thinking, tell her what I was feeling. She's like, oh, okay. She's like, man, it's making so much sense now. You're whiteboarding, you're in there, you're thinking about what I said, you're making connections, you're erasing things. But here's the problem I found that I have to work on is a lot of times when I whiteboard, after I get to my conclusion, I remember in math, you have to show your work. You'd be doing your proofs and like, show your work, right? You have to see how you got there. Well, here's the problem with whiteboarders. And if you're a whiteboarder, drop whiteboard down in the comment here. But you'd be writing I would be writing, not you'd be writing. I'd be writing. And after I get down to the answer, I have the tendency to erase all my work, right? So my wife asked me, so where do you think we should, I was thinking about going for a vacation in fill in the blank. I wanted to bring the kids, maybe visit these people and these people. Maybe we can even go do some jet skiing, get a cabin. He's going through all these things. Says, what are your thoughts? And I'm thinking all these different thoughts, ideas, pros, cons, right? Here's the problem though. I get to the end and like, maybe not. I get to the end of all my equations. Well, maybe not. Now is not the best time. Now I went through that. The excitement about it. I went through the excitement. I went through the disappointment of, man, maybe not being able to do it. But all I presented to her was, yeah, maybe now is not the best time. Right. And then she's like, why? And I'm like, you mean you want me to recreate my whole whiteboard that I just erased? And so what we whiteboarders have to try to do is it's important to try to talk with our spouses, talk with my spouse through my whiteboarding process. Well, my dog's barking. I got to get out of here. Anyway, hope this blesses you. God bless. Hope this helps you, whiteboarders, or if you're married to a whiteboarder and you're like, that's what's going on. Hope this helps you. God bless. Take care.